cheese came in a long cylindrical box, maybe 14 inches or so, a cardboard box, and it was a nice big square of American cheese. This cheese was awesome. I swear it made the best grilled cheese sandwiches. The best grilled cheese sandwiches in the world. You could not make a grilled cheese sandwich like this. I'm telling you, this cheese was awesome. It held its form. It melted perfectly. And, you can use the cheese on a lot of different things, man. But you get the cheese like once a month. And if you didn't get it, you know somebody that had or was able to get it. I mean, some people might have resold it, I don't know. But I know the cheese was just awesome. You could not deny the awesomeness of this cheese. And you're not going to get cheese. You couldn't find cheese of this quality in the store. I don't know what they did with that cheese. I don't know why that cheese was so special. But it was special. Very special. When looking at the chat, we got a lot of chat here. Everybody's interacting here. Let's see. This one's pretty funny. This one's Grego. He said when he's at the house, he said, or his grandma's house, he said, "Can I go play with them, grandma?" She said, "Yes, but don't go inside that house. They daddy ain't no good, and I don't know his wife." That's a good one there, Grego. Let's see. Sluggo said, "Don't touch nothing, don't ask for anything, and keep your hands in your pockets. Or keep your hands out your pockets." You right. Hey, they didn't trust us, man. You know, she didn't want no blame. She wanted to keep the suspicion off, and she basically said, y'all just behave accordingly up in this store. Let's see. My wife says, "Grego, we couldn't stay the night at nobody but family's house. My mama said she didn't know those folks was living." She didn't what? She didn't know how those folks was living. Okay. She didn't know how those folks was living. That you're right about that, because we don't know. You know, it could be a crack house brand up out of that spot. They could be having animals that don't wash their hands, touching everything. They don't know. They can have old perverted uncle over there. You know what I'm saying? So they right. You know what I mean? The security was tight around there. We ain't trust nobody. And that made sense. Let's see. Man. All right. So the next thing I got outside of that cheese was the other groceries, like the cereal that was coming up with. Now, there's still generic cereal out there in the world, but like I said, our folks were very cost conscientious. So you'd end up with that bag of Rice Krispies, or that box of Rice Krispies, and they would be called like Rice Puffs, or you end up with those cornflakes. And cornflakes is cornflakes. There's just one Kellogg cornflakes. That's the famous one, is the Kellogg cornflakes. But the cereal was a trip. Generic cereal was not the same. And to this day, my wife is like, "Hell no, do not buy that." When we go to Aldi's, Aldi's is an awesome store. Got very good prices in Aldi's. But she's like, "Do not bring home none of them snacks, and don't bring home that cereal." So she is certain things we'll get out of Aldi's. The other stuff we just haven't even tried. So we don't really know if it is good. You know, snacks. Some of the snacks may be cool. Some of the cereal may be cool. But, you know, in my household, the kids like Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, and they like the Cocoa Puffs. So they like a specific type of cereal. Now think about it. When we came up, and this part of Growing Up Black also, we ain't getting no customized cereals. We got this cereal, the cornflakes or the Rice Krispies, and it wasn't no sugary cereal like we have now. So if you want some sugar on it, you better pour some sugar on it. Get you a spoon and sprinkle some sugar on top of it. That's the only way you're going to have you some sweet cereal. Because they would buy that one specific, and you better make it work. and you better make it last, because they ain't going back to the store every week to get these groceries. They gonna buy it that one time. I guess it lasts 2 weeks or so. Some people admit it had to last a month, but they get these groceries, and the crazy thing about it was, if it got ate up, that's it. That's it. That's it. I mean, you pretty much ain't gonna have no snacks. You ain't gonna have no snacks for a long time if you ate it up in that first week. And it almost got to the point in my house that my mama and them almost put a lock on the refrigerator, because we ain't had no limit. We go in there and we knew no limit. It was just like, okay, drink all that juice up, eat all them chips up, or whatever. I mean, that's what it was. You know what I mean? We had no limit, and they were like, listen, we're going to put a lock on that refrigerator. It was out of control. Out of control. Angela said the Rice Krispies was called Crispy Rice cereal. You're right, Crispy Rice, man. Crispy Rice was not Rice Krispies. I'm sorry. There might have been some other type of generic brand where it may have been close, but it ain't the same thing. So Crispy Rice just is not the same thing. It's not the same thing, I tell you. All right. The other thing is, so after the snacks got ate up, that was it. The other thing was grown folks conversation. And the crazy thing is, today's children, I don't know if they know these same boundaries, but at a point in time, something changed, something switched. But back in the day when you came up and your mom was having a conversation with the neighbor or the mailman or whoever, somebody else grown, you bet not stand your ass over there with them, looking in their face and looking at their conversation, and you better not input anything. You better not stand over there and say something because you will get that evil eye of death. The one where your mama look at you and you just fall out. Yeah, that one. The evil eye of death. Or better yet, you'll get that backhand because you had the audacity to interject into that conversation that you didn't even belong in. Yeah, so that was big then. That conversation, that grown folks conversation. They did not play that at all. Yeah, Angela, you know that, huh? All too well. Yeah. Do not get in grown folks conversation. That was huge growing up black. Let's see. Another one was, what goes on in this house stays in this house. That was one that was reminded by your mama, your daddy, that if she said something or she did something or punishment or whatever it is, you better not go out and tell your friends, your family, your teachers, none of that. What goes on in this house stays in this house. And they pretty much were enforcers of that. So you better not get word that came back out, that you were the culprit of spreading some kind of news that went on in that house. That your mama do this, or your mama wear this, or your mama like this. Do not. Now, how many of y'all remember house parties? Your parents have a house party at the crib, or your mama, some of you know, some of us didn't have two-parent households, but your mom might throw on a house party, have a little friend over, or have her sisters over, or her best friend or whatever, but they throw this party on, and they'd have the old school music flowing. You know what I mean? They'd be bumping. Here we go. I know y'all remember that. So anyway, they be bumping something like that, and they have all the jams going, and usually they have the whole house pretty much sectioned off for their party, and you gotta go stay in your room. You had a two level house. You gotta go upstairs, and you better not come downstairs. Don't ask for nothing. Just go upstairs. Make sure you got your snacks before you go upstairs, and stay up there, and don't come back down. Yeah, that was that was big, man. Those house parties, they love their house parties. They might have it like once a year, but it'd be all kind of folks over. You see the mailman over. You see the deacons over. You see all kind of people. You like, hey, ain't you John's dad? You know what I mean? You have some of your friends' parents over. You know, they out there chilling, and you know they were smoking good. They're smoking that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? It'll be flowing all over the house, and you got to act like you don't smell it. You're like, what is that smell? I don't know what that is. They smoking that Turkish tobacco again. That's what my folks told me. It was Turkish tobacco. And I believed it for a long time. Like, damn, they got that good Turkish tobacco. Let's see. Let me look at some of this chat we got here. Let's see. Angela said, her mama said, children should be seen and not heard. Snuggle said, that would get you slapped in front of everything. Go sit your mannish ass down somewhere. Wow. That's funny. Let's see. Chief said, that's real talk. That's what's wrong with these kids today. Always in grown people's conversations. I hate that. Angela said, Vern, you are so right. Kids don't know true respect. And the chief said, who's that lady? Who's that lady? Special lady. That's right. That was that Isley Brothers. Yes. Big time. Big time. Isley Brothers did their thing then. And them dudes still making music, man. Crazy, right? Same with Charlie Woods from the Gap Band. I'm telling you. That dude right there is like Benjamin Buttons out there. Getting younger. The older he getting younger. His wife probably young as hell too. I know he got him about a 22-year-old or something. Old Charlie Wilson. And my wife love a Charlie Wilson too, boy. She love that man. That man come out with anything. He might just come out with an intro or something like that. She like, oh, let's get that Charlie Wilson. So anyway, Charlie, he has that charm, man. Uncle Charlie. All right, let's see. Next thing was when your cousins came over and spent the night. You had your cousins over, and then you had, your brothers and sisters, and y'all made pallets on the floor. Yeah, they didn't have sleeping bags. You made pallets. And that's with all of your blankets and your pillows. Everybody sleeping on the floor. I'm talking about it's like 10 kids on the floor, in the middle of the floor. You can't even walk in that room good. You trying to maneuver around there, trying to get to the kitchen or go over to turn the TV off because they done left the TV on. But all the cousins having an awesome time. They had a great time at the crib. Laughing all night. If it was a Saturday night, they laughed till they had to go to bed because they had to wake and go to church in the morning. But it was an awesome time, man. Some of the best times was with the cousins over at the crib. And that leads me to the Sunday school. Man, we had to get up at the crack of dawn to go to church. It would be Sunday school followed by church. And if I know some households, if the parents didn't go, they gonna send you on that church bus. That church bus would come around, honk the horn, wait on you. You get your breakfast in. You coming out halfway eating your breakfast. If you got brothers and sisters, all y'all coming out that house and jump on that bus. And the bus would come and go pick up some other people. And then you end up there at church. And then you got to go into Sunday school, which usually is about 9 to 9:30, all the way to about 11. And then church started at 11. And most black churches get out at 1:30 to 2 o'clock. Growing up black in the Baptist church. Long service, man. I'm telling you. A long service. And they had 2 collections back in the day. They ain't just had that 1 collection like they got now. They had 2 collections. You had the 1 collection earlier in the service and had that one after service. Like, yeah, make sure y'all forgot to put your money in the plate. Make sure you come back by here and take care of this building fund. Do you remember being in church with the sick and shut-in announcement? Where they would have people come up and talk about who was sick and shut in, and they do the announcement. And then they have the testimonial section. So testimonial, same thing. So they let you stand up and have your testimony. So you in church, you're like, praise be to Jesus. Yeah, my name is John Wilson, and I just want to say that I actually had